teacher at Lakewood High School. I'm your last link to the school. So I'm going to tell you why Lakewood High School is the best high school in the state of Ohio. Our newest thing is MEMS. Anybody know what MEMS stands for? I'll buy their lunch. What does M stand for? MEMS. Micro-Mechanical Engineering Systems, a new part of our West Shore program. As you know, we have construction trades and auto mechanics. Vocational education is all called career tech. Unlike what the blowhards will tell you, it has never gone away at Lakewood High School. It's always been there. We also have 20 AP classes. 89% of our students earn 3 or higher. 6 CPC classes. Last year we had students go to all the Ohio schools, but also Loyola, San Diego State, University of Pennsylvania, Lafayette, Bryn Mawr, Iowa, and Lehigh. We had 5 National Merit semifinalists, which was a lot more than that other school in Lakewood. I can't remember their name. And more than any other school on the west side of Cleveland, Rocky River, et cetera, et cetera. We have now a state-of-the-art weight room called the Ranger's Edge with a strength and conditioning coach. Karen McQuilkin has been inducted, is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame, joining classmates Len Forkas, Jack Kopacek, and Jim Weingartner. Let's give them a round of applause. Also going in this year is Mary Kay Cabot, who's an 81 graduate of Lakewood High School, who's a writer for the Plain Dealer. The biggest news, though, is Dr. Hankins retired. Our award-winning Grammy Award nominee, Yale Educator of the Year, Orchestra Director, and she went out in style. There was a concert at Lakewood High School, some of you know about it, that was a transformative event for our school. It's called EC50, Eric Carmen 50. This was facilitated by none other than Barb Mill. Yes, here's Barb. With her brother Steve Mill, class of 72, who played with Eric Carmen. Other members of Eric Carmen's bands came and joined the Lakewood Project, the first ever rock orchestra in the history of the United States at a high school level. And I can tell you, talking to the students at Lakewood, I have a lot of students that are in the orchestra. It was a peak experience for them to work with these seasoned musicians. And I believe, Barb could speak to this, that the musicians also really appreciated working with the students. If you want to check this out, there is a podcast on the Lakewood Times website by Abrianna Hines. Have you listened to it? It's fabulous. And I also have an article written by Lydia Combs and Delaney Starr that was in the Lakewood Observer on this fabulous event. And it's the last thing I'll say before Barb hopefully will say something about it. It's actually the quintessential Lakewood event of the last decade because it combines our tradition, somebody from our era, with the incredible music tradition that we have, performing arts tradition we have at Lakewood High School. And so for me, in my 20 years of teaching there, it's probably going to go down as my favorite or one of my all-time most special events. And so, Barb, why don't you tell us a little more about it?
Real quick. Girl was there. So about a year ago, we had this idea. This year's the 50th anniversary of the Eric Carmen solo album. My brother played on the album. And he's like, where do you think we could this in there? And I said, what about the sitting on the chorus? And that hold that many people. And he said, but I need to get some kids to play with us. Eric's music to other generations, right? So I said, what about the Lakewood High Orchestra? What about the Lakewood Project? So I reached out to Chuck and I said, please talk to Beth Nichols, and that was kind of the beginning of it. And he and Beth cooked up this whole extravaganza. You didn't mention it. All proceeds from this event go to the Lakewood High Orchestra. There's more to come. There will be CDs from the event. It was a phenomenal show. I was so excited to be there. All of my siblings were there. And halfway through, Steve, my brother kind of lost the social media person. He was trying to do it himself, and I said, I kind of do this for a living, so could you maybe use my help? And he turned me down time and time again and go, could you help me? I'm like, okay, so I became, anyway, it was all voluntary. Eric, as you know, was the founder of the band The Raspberries. So there were guys from The Raspberries, guys from the Eric Carmen band, people whose names from our era you may have heard of, all playing on stage. They had up to 47 people on stage. The whole Lakewood project, the whole high school orchestra, and they practiced for months and months. Jim Bonfanti, the drummer from the Raspberries, played drums. The big draw, and I'm not a Swiftie, so I didn't know this.
Yeah, this is Taylor Swift.
Paul Sidoti, who's Taylor Swift's guitarist, used to play with all these guys. These guys were 70, 72 years old. They all played in bands since they were in high school. So we had to keep Paul Sidoti under wraps. They said, nobody's going to know who Paul Sidoti is. Oh my God. He got crushed by these teenagers after the event. Like, can you get me Taylor? Can you get me lessons to Taylor? And so it was a whole night of just bliss. And to his point, the musicians, the professional musicians were blown away by these kids. There's a little kid named Mike who literally is a piano prodigy, and just last week played at Carnegie Hall. Oh my God. And this is a Lakewood kid. He's about this big. He's 13 years old. And he played in the concert. They played alongside these professional musicians, so they blew away these musicians. There's so much talent in Lakewood at the school level, both with the educators and with these kids, that, I mean, my heart swelled with pride at what this town has done for students in all walks of life. So anyway, it was a momentous